everybody. My name is Simone Abram. I'm the leader of the EDI Plus network. And you can imagine this lovely slide in the form of a banner here next to the Ignite one. Because our banner is currently being shown in Westminster in the waiting lobby to try and impress MPs and other people attending select committee meetings during this week. So carry on. So as you may know, EPSRC funded two networks, Ignite and EDI Plus. And that's a really great opportunity because, in fact, we're demonstrating it today because you've heard a lot of what Ignite are doing on doing the kind of foundational research on what are the issues and how are inequalities being reproduced. And that leaves the EDI Plus network free to fund a scheme where we enable people to change those conditions. And that's the focus of the EDI Plus network, is to enable people to intervene in what's happening today. So it's a little bit different to most network pluses in that it's not a flexible funding call, it's not devolved research, it's a fellowship scheme. And the funding enables us to run a scheme with two cohorts. Probably preempting another slide now, some slides. The main aim here was to say we actually know quite a lot already, given how long people have been working on EDI issues, around the kind of interventions that might be helpful and the kind of training that people can take. But we're well aware from previous activities that people tend to go on training courses and then go back to work. It's very difficult to implement what you've learned in the training network and when you then sort of up to here with everyday life. So this scheme is designed to buy people's time, space to think, space to plan, space to intervene, so that they can take what they've learned and actually do something about it. So we're able to fund, through the EPSRC funding, 12 fellows. That's two cohorts of 6 fellows, but we actually got some additional funding from Durham University, amongst others, so it's really 30, lucky 30. To spend a day a week over 2 years, which is a considerable investment of time, to learn more about what we already know about EDI and what kind of interventions might work, to build confidence in understanding how you can change organisations, to design an intervention and to intervene, to make a change and then evaluate it. So that's the research content of the fellowships, is to do something and report on it and show us what can work in practice. And we're funding, obviously, their training, some speakers, some meetings and so forth, and events like this. So this is the project team. You will notice, if you are very observant, that nearly all of us are at Durham University, but we're also working with Northumbria University. And this, again, is a little bit unusual for a Network Plus. We just felt we wanted a small, focused team, but that we wanted the fellowship to be as wide as possible. So these are the other thing you'll notice about this is that we're all from different departments, not only STEM, to try and spread the net a little bit wider in terms of disciplinary input. And we also have an independent advisory board who meet once or twice a year to keep us in line and help us do the best we can. So 12 is not the same as 30, but as part of our plan, given that we're setting up this training, we are opening spaces to people who are maybe not in a university, but are working in energy research in other institutions, to join the fellowship. And in that situation, they basically participate in all the activities without having to pay for them, and their employer will cover their salary costs. So that's a kind of a really nice deal to be able to offer to organisations. And what we specified here is what the fellows do as part of their fellowship. So they analyse their own organisation, and we define that fairly loosely. What's your organisation? There's a little bit of flexibility there by design. To design an action plan, to implement it, to review it, and to share the results. And as we say, from both higher education and energy industry, and also obviously anything energy related. Could be someone working in government, for example, or a government agency. So We have in-person events every 6 months. This is our second event for the first cohort. But in between, there's lots of training activity and sharing opportunities held online because we are geographically challenged. So, and we have wider network events like this where we invite people to join us. And we are including kind of well-recognised interventions such as reciprocal mentoring, professional learning network, and so forth, as you might expect. And for the reciprocal mentoring, our intention has been to match people up with senior leaders in different organisations, just to kind of reduce the pressure, but to make sure that there's a buy-in from all the organisations as well as just a fellow. I'll just briefly flag up some of the outcomes that we promised from this scheme. And it's important that the fellowship is not just turning up and doing your thing and going away again, but we're trying to help, again, build networks, those networks that we just said were so important and need to be supported, I guess. And we hope also that they'll continue after the end of the actual scheme, that this will become a self-perpetuating network, if you like. So that means new links, creating new links, and both between established networks, but also new people who want to participate. Clearly, the time and resources for making changes was the key outcome. But also, you know, this is a research program, so we're testing new ideas, trying things out, refining things that have been tried before, and so forth, and then providing some more evidence and data to how those what kind of outcomes they produce. Adding along with Ignite to a repository of good practice, and that's where another of the many occasions when we can work together. And hopefully, through both programmes, generating new research opportunities and supporting people to apply for additional programmes. So that's what we're doing. Our call for the second cohort of fellows starting next year will be out at the end of April, and we welcome inquiries as well as applications. And there'll be a fairly long, probably several months lead time for applications to be made. And we are trying to balance a low threshold for applying with a streamlined application process, so it's not too demanding on people's time, because as you see, we've got a small number of places. So informal inquiries are very, very welcome. So please do drop us a line, give us a call, grab us when you see us anywhere. And help us tell people about this opportunity, because I really think it is quite a rare opportunity, and we really want to make sure it's used to the best possible effect. So thank you very much.